listening to Coffee and Conversation with Recovery Advocate Network, the nonprofit organization that strives to address the staggering disparity in resource availability for individuals suffering from mental health disorders, processing disorders, addictions, trauma healing, and sexual identity challenges. Together, we strive to end the stigma associated with these challenges so that true healing can begin. Welcome back to Coffee and Conversations Between the Lines Blog Club series. This is episode number 72. We have the pleasure of James Morrison, an accomplished and award-winning stage actor, reading Joshua Young's blog post, Beyond the Bruises, The Deep Impact of Bullying. James, known for his diverse talents, has directed numerous theater productions, is a published poet, a yoga teacher, and a singer-songwriter. His versatility extends to television, where he has guest starred on shows such as Law & Order SVU, Fraser, The X-Files, The West Wing, 6 Feet Under, and NCIS Hawaii. He is very well known for his role as CTU Director Bill Buchanan on the hit show 24. Currently, James is performing in a one-man play that he wrote entitled Leave Your Fears Here, which touches on fatherhood, powerlessness, human vulnerability, and the very nature of existence. You can learn more about James and Leave Your Fears Here in the show notes. Between the Lines episodes are written by guests who prefer to share their stories using their written voice instead of their interview voice. As always, we want to remind you then that the views expressed in any blog are solely those of the author. We aim to provide a safe place for their voice to be heard. Just a quick reminder about Recovery Advocate Network, or RAN. RAN's mission is to support individuals dedicated to the recovery journey, but facing challenges due to insurance loopholes. We are on the verge of funding our first bridge grant, which will provide crucial financial assistance to those in need. Your contribution, no matter how small, can make a significant difference in changing and saving lives. We are grateful to have you as part of our community, so please consider visiting our website at www.recoveryadvocatenetwork.org and clicking the donate button today. Okay, so what are we waiting for? Fill up your coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get started.
Beyond the Bruises, The Deep Impact of Bullying. Written by Joshua Young. Read by James Morrison.
The dawn of each new day holds the promise of peace and new beginnings. Yet for my son, and countless others like him, each morning has become a battleground, a harsh reminder of the violence that lurks in the shadows of hallways and digital messages. Recently, my high school-age son became the target of intense, rage-filled text messages from a peer. These weren't just ordinary spats that dissipate as quickly as they flare up. These were messages laced with hate and rage, promising to turn his life into a living hell alongside threats of physical harm. True to those vile promises, the next day at school, my son was physically attacked by this individual. Though he managed to escape the immediate danger with only a few punches connecting to his body, what he couldn't outrun was the lingering shadow of fear and trauma that followed him back home. As a parent, witnessing your child in pain, especially when it stems from something as insidious as bullying, is a heart-wrenching experience. It's a scenario that leaves you grappling with a tumult of emotions: anger, sadness, frustration, and an overwhelming sense of helplessness. Despite the consequences that befell his bully, thanks to the text messages serving as undeniable proof and the school's cameras capturing the ordeal, it's my son's mental and emotional well-being that now keeps me awake at night, pondering questions with no easy answers. How do we, as parents, navigate through this storm? What are the next steps in helping him heal, not just physically, but emotionally and psychologically? The aftermath of bullying extends far beyond the visible bruises. It's the invisible wounds that are the hardest to heal. The trauma from such experiences can seep into the very psyche of young individuals, affecting their sense of security, self-esteem, and their ability to trust others. It's a harrowing journey that no child should ever have to endure, yet here we are, trying to pick up the pieces of a shattered sense of normalcy. In trying to find a way forward, the first step for us has been to open a line of constant, non-judgmental communication with my son. It's crucial for him to know that he's not alone in this, that his feelings are valid, and that it's okay to speak about his fears and anxieties. Creating a safe emotional space at home has become our top priority, ensuring he knows that home is not just a place of physical safety, but a sanctuary for his heart and mind as well. We've also sought professional help, turning to counseling services that specialize in trauma and bullying. It's important for victims of bullying to process their experiences in a healthy manner, to understand that the shame and guilt they might feel does not belong to them. Professional counselors can offer strategies and tools to cope with anxiety, rebuild self-esteem, and reclaim a sense of agency over their lives. Moreover, we're taking proactive steps in collaboration with the school to address not just the incident, but the broader issue of bullying. It's about creating an environment where every child feels safe and respected, where bullying finds no fertile ground to grow. Engaging in dialogues with educators, participating in awareness programs, and advocating for stronger anti-bullying policies are part of our ongoing commitment to not only ensure the safety of my son, but of every child who steps through the school's doors. Yet the journey doesn't end here. Healing from bullying is a gradual process, one that requires patience, love, and understanding. It's about rebuilding, step by step, the confidence and resilience that bullying seeks to destroy. It's a path we walk together as a family, learning and growing with each new day. For parents facing the nightmare of bullying, know that your strength and support are the bedrock upon which your child will rebuild their sense of self. Be their advocate, their voice when they find theirs muted by fear. Equip them with the understanding that their worth is not defined by the words or actions of bullies. Above all, remind them that beyond the bruises, their spirit remains unbroken, capable of healing and achieving great things. On a side note, but equally as important, is something that I reminded the school of before I left my on-campus meeting regarding this incident. It is critical for the school to understand why the bully engaged in their harmful behavior in the first place, and that it is an essential part of addressing the bullying epidemic. In many cases, these individuals have experienced their own form of trauma, neglect, or bullying, either at home or elsewhere. This cycle of abuse can lead them to seek control, power, or attention through the mistreatment of others as a misplaced effort to cope with their own pain and insecurity. Recognizing this does not excuse their actions, but rather highlights the importance of addressing the root causes of bullying. By identifying and intervening in the lives of potential bullies before their behaviors escalate, we can offer them the support, guidance, and resources they need to heal and adopt healthier ways of interacting with their peers. As we traverse through this challenging chapter of our lives, I hold on to hope. Hope for my son's recovery. Hope that the bully receives the therapeutic support he needs. Hope for a kinder world. And hope that by sharing our story, we might light a beacon for others navigating through the darkness of bullying. It's a journey we didn't choose, but it's one we'll walk together, beyond the bruises, toward healing and resilience.
Thank you for joining us today with your coffee and conversation. We hope you've been encouraged and learned something from today's story. To learn more about today's guest, please check out our show notes for more details. Now it's time to remember to like this episode, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to ensure you do not miss future episodes. Recovery Advocate Network envisions a world where individuals with mental health challenges receive comprehensive and effective treatment without the worry of financial burdens to themselves or their families, all without the stigmas often present in society. We are proud that every individual working with RAN does so on a 100% volunteer basis. You can support the mission by making a financial donation via PayPal or Venmo, or email donate@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org if you would like to donate items for our next fundraising auction. Please visit our website at www.recoveryadvocatenetwork.org to learn more. Now, stay in the loop about upcoming events, future episodes, and more by following us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, TikTok, LinkedIn, and all major podcast platforms. As a reminder, the experiences and advice expressed in this episode are the host and guest's own personal stories and do not represent the opinions of any organization mentioned. RAN is passionate about opening the doors for all voices and experiences, not just those expressed in any particular podcast. If you want to share your experiences or expertise, we encourage you to be a future guest by emailing us at podcast@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org or submit a blog by emailing blog@recoveryadvocatenetwork.org. We also encourage you to comment on the episode so that we can continue to provide content that is most beneficial to the community. How do you do that? Visit our website at www.recoveryadvocatenetwork.org, and in the top right corner, click that comment button and comment. So listeners, what do you need to do? Pause what you're doing, subscribe, follow us. Please give us a like and a 5-star rating, write some meaningful comments, and most importantly, share these episodes with your friends. You never know whose heart you will touch, so please be a part of a reason someone has new hope today. If this episode was triggering to you, we encourage you to contact your support system, therapist, national and community support groups, the Global Crisis Text Line by texting 741-741, and/or if in the U.S., dialing 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. If you're in the U.S. and need additional resources such as shelter, support group resources, transportation, food, and/or a safe, confidential path out of physical or emotional domestic abuse, please call 211 or visit www.211info.org for assistance. Now, we know you are very busy, and we are grateful that you said yes to sharing time with us today. If you stuck to our 3 C's of engagement and listened to the full episode, then visit the podcast section of our website and leave the comment about the podcast, and you'll be entered to win an autographed copy of one of the books from one of our book club series, as well as a Coffee and Conversation coffee mug. So thanks again. Until next time, back to your coffee.